Hey guys, this is Gene with Team Guardians of Cray, and I'm going to do a deck profile on my Chatnoir Arusha deck that got me 3rd place in ARG Charlotte. They ran at a top 8 mat, so I got a judge mat because I'm special. And so for my starter, I play Telescope Rabbit. He is an amazing card in this deck. He enables early game retire and drawing, and he combos well with other cards that are played in the deck. For my triggers, I play 4 heal triggers because they heal, and then 2 draw triggers. I play only 2 draw triggers because the deck does draw a lot, and decking out is a thing, so 2 draw triggers works perfectly. I play 6 stand triggers. Play 4 of the Watering Elephant. He's a good card. His effect is success. When one of your rear becomes 20k or more, you can soul charge him at the end of the turn when one of your rear guards gets retired, and then bring that card back. He combos really well with a lot of cards in this deck. And then the other stands are 2 of Protractor Orangutan. The only reason he's played is because I want to play 6 stands. I rarely use his effect, but his effect is Counterblast 1. When he gets retired, you get a copy of him from your deck and add it to your hand, and then put the one that was retired back into the deck and shuffle the deck. So basically, he just replaces himself and he goes back into the deck. I play only 4 crit. The main purpose of this deck is to hit big numbers with rear guards, so stand triggers are more helpful. I do play the 4 of crits because I don't want to play just 8 stand and 4 draws, and this crit has a pretty good effect. Its effect is Counterblast 1. When it gets retired, you get to get a copy of it and add it to your hand. I rarely use that skill, but it does come in handy sometimes. For my grade 1s, I play 4 PGG. This perfect guard is really needed in this deck. This deck is counterblast heavy, and any form of countercharging is a big help. Then I play 4 stride fodders because you need a stride in this deck. You basically stride to wear down your opponent and then break ride when you're ready to finish them off. I play 3 Coiling Duck Bill. It adds draw power. This deck draws a lot, and Coiling Duck Bill is just a really great card. It's basically a staple in any great nature deck. And its effect is when your rear guard, when you call it a rear guard, you can target one of your other rear guards. Give it the effect that when it gets retired, you get to draw a card. I play 3 Honorary Assistant. He's an amazing card. He searches out same effect as Coiling Duck Bill, where you target one of your rear guards when it gets retired. Instead of drawing, you search out any grade 3. So if you don't have Chatnoir in hand, or if you need an Arusha, this card just helps you search for it. I play 2 Sloth Tank, again for the counter charging. He's 6k base, but that's rarely a factor because this deck hits for crazy numbers. The 6k really doesn't matter. And his effect is Soul Blast 1. When it gets retired, you can counter charge 2. And again, you need the counter charge in this deck. I play for the grade 2s 1 Anchor Rabbit. I rarely use him, but I don't really have anything else to play, and every once in a while he just wins games, and he's good. And his effect is just success 20k. You can counterblast 1 and then stand him, and his other effect is counterblast 1. He can boost, so he's a good card. Then 4 of the best card in the deck, Crayon Tiger. His effect is Counterblast 1, GB1, Counterblast 1. He's GB1, so he comes in handy once you stride. He stands one of your rear guards and gives it 4k. At the end of the turn, you draw a card and retire that unit. I play 2 Binoculus Tiger, and along with Binoculus Tiger, I play 3 Sleepy Tapers. Binoculus Tiger works on Vanguard and Rearguard. Sleepy Taper only works on Rearguard, but he has to resist. And they initially have the same effect, where when they attack, they give a unit 4k, another unit 4k, and then at the end of the turn, that card gets retired. This is used to enable your honorary assistants and your Coiling Duck Bills. And these cards are not GB restricted. So it's one of the big things in this deck. This deck does not rely on GB. And early game, the grade 2 when you ride a grade 2, these cards just come in helpful. They just put in so much work. You basically try to ride Binoculars Tiger and call this to rear guard and basically stack both their effects on your other rear guard, and it hits with crazy numbers. And then for the grade 3s, I play 1 Horton. He has the same effect as Crayon Tiger, except he doesn't let you draw off the retire, but he works. Just helps you get extra attacks, which is really deadly in this deck that's rear guard based and bumps up your rear guards to crazy numbers. And then 4 of the heart of the deck, Chatnoir. Chatnoir is the best break ride in the game. He does so much, and when you break ride, you pretty much win the game as long as you break ride the next card. Arusha. Arusha, it's an amazing card. His effect, once he becomes successful at 25,000, he restands for discarding 1. The negative side of his effect is just that you can't stack triggers on it, but like I said, this deck relies on your rear guards. Your rear guards are the thing that finishes your opponent off. Combo this with the break ride, you can reach really ridiculous numbers, and your rear guards just keep attacking. And if you have a Crayon Tiger, or if you hit a stand trigger, it's pretty much game. This is the best target of break ride over Chatnoir.
And that SP hotness.
See,
these aren't SP. That's a problem here.
That is the problem. I need 3 SPs because this card is amazing. But I'm waiting for the new Chatnoir grade 3. We don't know what it's going to do. We don't know if it's going to be a grade 3, but I hope Chatnoir gets another grade 3. And
Stride stronger.
Or it's going to be another stride. And then for the strides, 4 big belly stride, SP.
One only?
One only. This card works really well in this deck because, again, the way I've designed the deck to work is so the rear guards are the cards that finish the game. Arusha's restand is good, but like I said, with the break right, the rear guards are the game winners. And with Big Belly, it works the exact same way. You try to stride other units, you try to G guard, and that way when you do stride him, you have a bunch of face-up G units, stack the power on 1 rear guard, stack the unhit on either the rear guard or the vanguard, and then just hit for ridiculous numbers, have a Crayon Tiger or a Horton on rear guard to restand the really big rear guard. This card, again, it's the best ride that Great Nature has, and it works so well in this deck. I play 2 Menegamer. I've never really used him. He's good. I've heard he's good. I've never really had an opportunity to use him, but he's just there to fill space. 2 Cat Palug. This card is amazing. It's the card that you always want to stride first. The negative side of his effect is that you need an honorary Professor Hart, and Arusha sadly does not have honorary Professor in the card name, so you can only use this when you're on Chatnoir. So misriding Chatnoir really hurts this deck because you need to stride this first to build advantage and kind of wear your opponent's hand down with the mini pokes. But this card is amazing, and it's so good, and it makes the deck work. I play 1 of this guy. I've never really used him. And then 1 Affleck. I rarely go into these cards. They're good, and they're there just, again, to fill space. The main point of this deck is just to stride Cat Palug and then stride Big Belly to finish your opponent off. If they survive the break ride, or if you're not ready to break ride yet, just stride Big Belly. I play 1 Sea Breeze. I rarely use it, but it has come in handy every now and again. It enables Crayon Tiger, and that's just its main purpose is to enable Crayon Tiger. 1 Dismal. 1 Dismal. It's really good. He saves Crayon Tiger, makes it so that your opponent can't hit Crayon Tiger. 2 Ardillo, and then 2 Kundalini. These are just the G guards, and they work really well. Again, this helps countercharge. The deck needs countercharge desperately, so this card is amazing. And then Ardillo he's just free. He does so much, and he's free. That's everything in the deck. Again, this deck is amazing. I recommend that more people build it. I've only seen 2 other people play this deck. There was another guy playing it at the ARG. I call this deck Kitty Cat Killer of Worlds. It's amazing, and it has a good matchup against most decks. The only deck that I've really had issues with is Sanctuary Guard, because Sanctuary Guard has a really good early game, and I find it hard to keep up. But any other deck, as long as I get to stride, I build advantage, I can survive, and then I can break right, and I can go for game.
Like Gear Chronicle?
Gear Chronicle, I don't find Gear Chronicle to be that much of a problem with this deck, because this deck draws so much, and you get to just survive their mini pokes, and then break right, and then just kill them.
Would you say this is another good deck to play if you want something that's early game rush, gain some advantage, and really try to kill your opponent before they can really do any of their important strides?
Definitely, because again, for your grade 2 turn, you have Binoculus Tiger and Sleepy Taper. Those are not GB restricted cards, and then to benefit even more, you have Coiling Duck Bill and Honorary Assistant. Those cards are not GB restricted. You can really push your opponent for damage and wear their hand down, and then when you stride Capulug, a lot of my games I kill my opponent with my first stride, because this deck has a good early game. When you stride, it just gets even better because your Crayon Tigers are active, the Horton is active, so this deck is really good. It has a really good early game.
All right, well, this is pretty much Sanctuary Guards for Zoo Nation.
Zoo Natures.
So if you want a different deck to play, I suggest playing this one. It's a very good deck, very strong. I've played against it. I can attest to that. So thank you, Gene, for your deck profile.
Guys.
And look forward to more deck profiles to come. And maybe with some of that extra booster support, this deck will be even stronger.
It's going to be even better.
All right, signing out.